Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Dan's Fishing Tales. Today we're going to introduce you to a relatively unknown lure company called QC Lure Worx. It's based in East Moline, Illinois, and it's veteran operated and owned. So we're going to show you some of their products, and I'm also in the description we're going to put the company's website so that you can go and take a look at all of the products that they have. He was nice enough to send a box full. I mean, there's a box full here of different samples, different things. I'm going to show you some of them real quick. He's put some notes in them as to how he would recommend using them. Probably going to throw some of my own ideas in too, because there's one in here that I think is going to work fantastic for finger jigging. It's called a Lock 14 minnow, and I'll be showing you that anyway. And anyway, well, let's just get to them and take a look. Here's one bag right here. These are their swim baits. And of course, swim baits are swim baits, and like he says, they don't need any explanation to them. They're called a jaw jacker. And it's, well, they got a very wide tail. That's what's nice about them. They got, in fact, you can see I haven't even got these open. I didn't even know exactly what was in this box. Here they are, some of them fell out. This one has got a hook slot in it in the bottom. So it's also got one on the top. So like if you want to Texas rig this, like I've been doing some of them, and bring it up and lay that hook in there, you can. But look at the tail on this. It's got a very wide tail. I like that color too. I'm not sure what it is. And by the way, if they don't have the color that you want, they will customize it for you. He said he's even made some clear ones with a lot of metal flake in them. So, you know, it just depends on what you want. If there's something that you want to do, it's right on the website, in fact, that you can customize them. That's called the jaw jacker right there. This one is a guillotine, and it's a swim bait. It's just made a little bit different. It's got a pretty good tail too. You can see, I'm not going to undo that. You can see that this is a 4-inch size. These right back here, these are the 3-inch, I believe, and that's just a perfect size. Now I'm not going to use those with that new BP head that I told you about, that BP Wild, because the hook isn't quite big enough on them. I'll probably use this. In fact, this will be ideal to use with a Casey's runner head with the underspin on it. You know, it's made by Roadrunner. That will be an ideal one to put with that, or with a Blitz swim bait of some sort. But anyway, those are their swim baits, and we'll get those out of the way. Let's see, what do we got here? This looks like a worm of some sort. It's a what they call a meat stick. Okay. These, of course, are your basic stick worms, like they have. So we'll get some of those out of here. And he's put a note in on that. He says he needs no help or description. Well, true. They don't. Most of you already have fished this type of lure. You could wacky rig those, put those right in the middle. That would be excellent for that. You can even use a jig head like I would use with a H2O precision head put out by Bee Fishing. That would work perfect for that. Another thing, which you probably don't think about, is a finesse jig like Blitz has. It's a small one, but the weight that you'd actually be using is this to cast out, and it would make it a little bit buoyant, make it a bigger body, but you'd have that smaller head up in front. So that'd be one idea. Let's see, what do we got here? Ah, here they are. Here are the Lock 14 minnows that I was telling you about. Now these, I think, are going to be excellent for my finger jigging style. And you know how I finger jig. Here's the one here. I use this little 2-inch minnow. And you can see the way that tail is. I'll wait till you see the tail on this 14, this lock 14. It's got a tail too, but a little bit different. The body's a little bit different. Look at the thing on that one. That has got a tail. That finger jigging, that just, to me, that just speaks finger jigging. That's going to bounce all over the place. That's going to be perfect. So, like I said, that's a lock 14 minnow. I think you're going to do real good with crappies and pretty much anything. I mean, I catch bass on my finger jigging with that other. So, those will work real good for that. Well, let's see what else we got in here. We're going through these quickly because I don't want to spend a lot of time on them. I just want to show you what actually this company has. Now, these are called a thumper, I think it is. Yeah, a puddle thumper. And they're a lot like the one that they use, which is a Bobby Garland, on the slab slapper. That, in fact, a lot like it. See, it's kind of a combination of a grub, because it's got the swim tail here, but it's also got a paddle tail, if I can get that up there, right on the end. And that's going to make one heck of a grub. Good color, too. That black and chartreuse. I like the way that chartreuse is. That's real good. We got more than one of those here, but that's those. That's the puddle thumper. Let's get to some of the other type. Here we go. These right here are what they call snatcher. I'm not sure what this is. We'll take a look. Okay, this is kind of like some of the, what do they say? Yeah, the pit boss. If you've ever fished the pit boss, that's what this is like. And I've fished the pit boss before and done very well with it. It's got a good hook groove in it. You could use that as a trailer. You could Texas rig it, which I do a lot with this sort of a lure. Those ought to be real good. Let's see, what do we got here? This is a 4-inch. Well, that's another one of those grubs. They got the grubs on them. This is a QC craw, they call it. And we'll have to take a look at it since it has had the QC, the Quad Cities, in other words. And see what that looks like. And good color. It's got a green to it. Real good color. That's kind of a khaki, actually, or not khaki, but an OD olive. That's got good claws to it. That's going to be good action. That'll be real good Texas rigging and also on a jig. That'll be a good jig trailer. There's no doubt about that. That's going to work real good. As I said, we're going through these fast. This is just an ordinary grub. Grubs are always good. Oh, here's one that I definitely want to bring up to you. They've got, I think he's got, no, this is another one here. We'll talk about that in a second. This one is another one that I think would be real good for the Casey's head. I want to get this right. It's called a fidget minnow. They're right here. I got one, I think, is a different color here somewhere. I'm not sure. This is a little bit bigger one, but see the way that one's made, and it has got a tail on the back that's going to be a doggone good. It's going to be like a swim bait, but you could use this as a jerk bait, really, with that, and you could use it as a trailer. Again, it would be real good for the Casey's runner head. So another good one for me with that. Here's one here. I'm sure I've missed some of them, but again, I'm just trying to get through these really quick to show you and let you get a hold of it. This is called a combat craw. That sounds mean, don't it? And it looks mean. This ought to be, this ought to be real good. Look at that thing. There it is right there. It's got its tails there where you got to separate them, but that, it's got the little flappers here, that thing has got to be really good. That's going to be one heck of a good trailer. I think for flipping and pitching, this thing would be fantastic. Texas rigged that on a Pro-X hook. Pro-X maybe wide gap, or you could use just the straight worm hook if you wanted, but I think a wide gap would probably work good for that. And again, on a jig. So anyway, that's some of the things on QC Lure Worx. And the Worx is spelled W-O-R-X. And like I said, I'm putting the link in the description so that you can look them up, but that gives you an idea of what they've got. I went through them again very, very fast because I didn't want to keep you a long time just sitting here looking at lures. So until next time, get out of the water and enjoy a great day of fishing.